I'm super excited to introduce this video to you guys. We are fishing at Orchard Lakes in New Milton, specifically Jimmy's Lake. Now, this venue is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I started fishing here probably 2 or 3 years ago when I was doing my match angling, and yeah, I've never ventured into the carp fishing side of things. Obviously this time I am, but I know the venue well. I don't know the lake as well, because I fished 3 other lakes at this venue, but this is the first time I'm hitting up the carp lake. But the reason why this place specifically is kind of special to me is because I did a lot of my match angling on here, and this lake, as you drive in on the left, it's called Match Lake. The amount of fish, like, I had a session down here once where I caught 7 different species of fish in my first 7 fish that I caught. I think I caught like a barbel, a chub, a roach, a bream, a carp, a tench, a perch. Do you know what I mean? It was mental. What a session that was. And I've managed to catch a lot of fish down here, but never anything big, because on the Match Lake it's all about building that big bag. But this is something different. We're hitting up the carp lake, Jimmy's Lake. We've got 48 hours. I'm buzzing. I really am buzzing for it. Well, this is my swim. I'm in peg 1, and a big carp just crashed out right behind those lilies. So I'm keeping my eye on that. That's definitely a spot that I'm looking at fishing, and I want to fish a margin down here. I'm going to keep my eyes on the water. The wind's in my favour. It's blowing down this way. I'm excited about this. Well, what a start to the session, and what an absolute start. Like, just a disaster to the start of this video. I don't want to be one of these guys on YouTube that shows you all the good things that happens and not the bad things. I'm going to be honest with you, and I've had an absolute mare. Basically, I was spotting out. I sent out my marker lead. I found a nice hard patch to fish on. Brilliant. I thought, I'll cast it out one more time just to make sure it's on the spot. And as it's hit clip, the clip's just broken off. Snapped off the reel. I didn't even cast it hard. It didn't even hit the clip hard. It wasn't even a heavy lead. It's just... the reels I've got are quite cheap, and I was going to upgrade my reels anyway, but I didn't manage to get them in time for this trip. So I thought, it's okay, they'll do. Well, I've just learned that okay, will do is not good enough. It now means that I don't have a spod or a spod reel to use. So there's a tackle shop on site. I could go up there and grab a reel, or I could find a way to make it work. I don't know, try and find some way of wrapping it around the reel so that it can hit that clip every time. I don't know. I really don't know. But I've got one rod out, right hand rod towards lilies. I'm fishing a stiff hinge rig with a Parker Baits Fruit and Nut pop-up, 15mm, and yeah, that's the right rod sorted. I'm a little bit knackered because I've just been putting everything up, and it was a bit of a mad rush. It's really warm here today. You can't actually get fish until 12 on here. I think you've got to be off by 11 in the morning, so you have that hour that your swim's sort of free to rest, and then the next guy's coming at 12. So it's Friday today. We're fishing till Sunday at 11 AM. And yeah, this is my one rod I've got set up, my right hand rod, and it's to the right of those pads over there. Well, that is now both rods set up. Right one's out to those lilies, and my left one's in the left hand margin. As I set up the left rod, the right hand rod, it had a couple of beeps, which I thought was just wind maybe, and then I got a single drop back. And then it ran, but it wasn't it didn't tear off. It just sort of went duh, 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 duh. And I let it run a little bit, lifted it up. When I say I let it run, I didn't like leave it for 20 minutes. Of course, I went over and I picked the rod up and reeled in, and there was nothing there. So, you know, I'm just wondering, since I've been carp fishing, that's happened a couple of times to me. I'm just wondering if there's something I'm doing wrong, or why am I getting a run, picking the rod up, and there not be any fish on the end of it. I just wondered if anyone could help me out with that to stop that from happening in future. But it is a scorching hot day, and and I was going to put a slip D-rig on a left-hand rod, but as I got a run on the right-hand rod, I thought, why change it? Keep everything the same. I was even going to spot out some, well, I can't obviously, but I was going to put some bait out, some like meaty base, because I'm fruit and nut all the way on the right rod, and on the left rod I was going to do like a meaty base, but as I say, because the right one's working, I kept everything the same for the left-hand one, so I've got all my eggs in one basket. I've got both stiff hinge rigs on both of them, and you know, if I want to try something, I've got a quick change to it, I can always swap over different rigs. But that's the setup, that's how it is. Hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer for another bite, but if that's the only run I get this whole session, I'm going to be livid. I mean, I'm more off that my bloody reel on my spod rods, the line clip just, they're plastic, and don't buy cheap reels is the motto. Well, it's the lesson I've learned. Well, here's a new bivvy, guys. It is the first time I'm using it. It's a Sonic AXS bivvy, and it's almost like a brolly system. It's not, I mean, I don't think it's labelled as a brolly system, but it acts like one. And it is a one-man, but there's plenty of room in there. Let me take you around. I need to get some new wrapping sticks actually, because those ones are quite cheap and a bit flimsy. Oh, I've also got new alarms. I've got the Mini Micron X alarms, 2 of them with snag ears, and I know they're not sat right, they're a bit far down, I don't like them sat like that, but that's how they are at the moment. That's the Fox dinky bobbins with the Shimano TX2 rods with the cork butts. They're beautiful. I won't show you the reels because their dye would be ours, but they're quite cheap, and I'm definitely going to upgrade. I need to upgrade my net, I need to upgrade my sling and my cradle, but it'll do a job for now. And then here's my spot mix. I've got basically I've got Parker Baits fruit and nut 40mm boilies, and I've chopped them in half. I've put some 4mm pellet in there, or it might be 6mm pellet, and little bits of corn just to add a bit of colour. I might put a bit more corn in. Covered it in OG fruit and nut. The only thing that's missing is some magic dust. I'd like some magic dust to go on there. But then I'm fishing one of these over the top, like I say, on that stiff hinge rig, so it sits probably 2 inches off. That's just in case. I mean, the ground out there is quite hard, but I mean, if it's not too flat, it just sits up off the bottom. But these are new product from Parker Baits, guys, so if you haven't already checked out Parker Baits, this is not sponsored by the way, but go and check out Parker Baits, because these baits are all I'm going to be using in my carp fishing. I know they work. So yeah, I've got my Doom bar on the go, because why not? Anyway, let me show you. Oh, I've got a new chair, which is really comfortable. Got a little padded section at the top. And then yeah, look at the space I've got in here. So I've got my my toilet roll with me. Always take toilet roll with you guys. It's handy for anything. If you need to go to the toilet, or if you need to clean things up. I've got my bed chair in there, and then I've got, this is my new Fox bag, but I've got plenty of space for activities, so I can get all my stuff in there. There's some food in there, and I'll tell you what, we're going to have some absolute cook-ups, because I've got my cool bag with me, but I've got some smoky barbecue rice. I've got some good stuff in this cool bag. We're talking, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but we're talking gammon steaks, beef steaks. Oh, I'm giving too much away. But yeah, I'm going to have a real good cook-up, which is going to be good. And this is my view from the bivvy. I'm fishing in, let me show you. I don't want to drag this on too long and bore you, but just for a bit of proof in the pudding, peg number, oh there you go, in between my shadow of my legs. Peg number 1 on Jimmy's Lake at Orchard in New Milton. But Liam is in that peg to the right of me, peg number 2, and Jordan's just beyond him in peg number 3. That is nearly a double swim, those 2 swims over there. They're very close together. They're not too interested on being on camera, so out of respect, I'll keep them out of the video. They were like, nah, if I catch a big fish, then you can film it. But yeah, and then I think my uncle is going to come down later today, this evening, and do the night. He's fishing peg 15, So I'm on 150. It goes right around that way, and then peg 15 is the last one over there. I mean, there's a lot of fish showing in that swim. That's the swim that I originally wanted to fish, but due to certain events that didn't happen. So I'm happy where I'm at. Just need to catch some carp. Wow, look at this. Absolutely stunning. The sun's just going down. I've got a lot more shade now. It's cooled down a bit, but overnight tonight it's meant to drop to about 14-15 degrees, which I think might turn the fish on because it's been way too hot today. My uncle's just turned up. He's only got one rod, so he's just fishing the one rod. I don't think he's too bothered about the fishing. He's just more here for the social. But yeah, we're gonna have a little cook up tonight. I'll show you what's for dinner. I'll do a bit of filming when we're doing the cook up and that. But yeah, I mean, no fish to report as of yet. We've got 7 rods out between the 4 of us. So none of us have really had a bite yet, apart from that run that I had early doors. But the fish have been moving. There's been a lot of movement on the top. And it's just, I don't think they're getting their heads down. That's why I'm hoping the cooler temperature will make them get down. But yeah, I'll give you any updates as and when they come. If not, the next clip will be of our cook up. I'm going to be doing a nice gammon steak. Well, no updates on the fish, but I told you we was going to get some cooking on the go. Jordan's got some burger over there, and my gammon steak, well, I don't know, I've seen better gammon steaks, but we'll see how it turns out. Turned out all right in the end. We got the second one on the go now. I think Jordan's got some lamb kebab over there.
Oh, you got a burger out?
Oh, I'll have a burger if there's one going.
Who's having a burger? You having a burger?
Nah, that's found it. I thought he was striking a shark.
We got some smoky barbecue sauce on here, it's lovely. Well, it is night time now. It's been a very, very uneventful day on the fishing front. Yeah, nothing to report, so I'm going to get my head down now. Hopefully we get a couple of nighttime bites. The temperature's dropped, so I'm hoping that helps. But yeah, I'm just going to get my head down now. Hopefully we can get a fish or 2 in the night. If not, then I'll see you in the morning for some breakfast. Well, good morning guys. It's 7 AM and no fish to report. A very quiet night. I didn't hear one alarm go off last night, apart from mine, but it didn't go off. It just went off enough to keep me awake, you know. It was going doot, doot. Just as I was drifting off to sleep, it was going doot, like single beep. So tonight I'm going to change the sensitivity on them. They're not at the most sensitive anyway at the moment. I think they're like halfway. So I'm going to change them so that I can actually get some proper sleep tonight. Well, unless the fishing turns on. But yeah, gonna have some breakfast. I've just sent out 3 spoms on each 3 spoms on each spot. I'm gonna give it till after breakfast, a couple of hours time, and then I'm gonna look at changing my rigs maybe, because on both of them are on stiff hinge on pop-ups, which maybe it might have been a mistake. It might have been wise to have put a bottom bait on, but that's what I'm gonna do. I've given this a proper good go now for, what, 18-20 hours? Well, by the time I would have changed it, yeah, about 20 hours. So I'm going to change the rig, see if that makes a difference, and yeah, I don't know what to say. Well, guys, I told you left-hand rod was going to go. He's taking a 14mm dumbbell. Baby common. Happy days. Saves a blank, doesn't it? Oh dear. Rich, I have one. Jock's fish tank. I've been on the D-rigs for 30 minutes and I've had 2 carp, baby carp. Obviously they're like tadpoles, but there's something in it. I mean, yeah, they're little fish, but it says to me that the fish are feeding on the bottom. Now whether this is why I was kept awake last night is because these size fish were trying to take my pop up. That might have created the beeps. But it's just trying to get through those little fish now to get to those bigger fish. But I've got so much more confidence in the D-rig. But yeah, they obviously like the Parker bait, so there's nothing wrong with the bait. They're just obviously feeding on the bottom. There we go, there's another knock. I think that's another small fish. But hopefully we can catch a few more, and hopefully they start to get bigger in size. I can only imagine that those fish that I caught were spawn fish. They wouldn't have been stocked. I mean, they were fish tank size, literally. How they're even being caught on a size 6 is unreal. Greedy, aren't they? Proper greedy. Well, I'm starting to get a bit sick of this. I can't keep 2 rods in the water because I cast out one, and then whilst I'm doing the other one goes off. And then I'll reel in that, baiting that up, and then the other one goes off. I'm just getting a bit sick of it, all the nuisance fish really, so I might have to go back on the pop-ups. They're just a bit bigger, and hopefully we'll cut out those nuisance fish. But fishing the way I'm fishing, I'm catching fish, but it's not the fish I want. Look at this, mate. Both rods out the water, double look up. The net is wet. I mean, left arm rod, fish was probably just under a pound. Right arm rod, another tadpole, fish tank size. My uncle had to come round and grab that one for me. Double look up. And like I said, these dumbbells are 14 mil, and it's a size 6 hook. Crazy. Alright, we got a bit of bacon on the go. We got some brioche rolls, a bit of cheese and a smoky barbecue sauce. Love it. Sausages are nice and done. Got to make sure they're well done. Got the buns ready. I'm going to get some cheese in there and have a nice bacon and sausage and cheese butty. A couple of them. Lovely. Bit of barbecue sauce. Well, you can't grumble with that, can you? For a bit of bankside grub. Look at that. When the fish aren't biting, I'm eating. Yeah, look, what are the chances of this? I've just reeled back in and I've hooked the top of someone's riglet. It's like a loop with a... It's a loop with something on it, like a crimp or something. And what's even more weird, yeah, the chances of that happening, that's happened twice, because earlier when I caught a fish, I reeled it in, where is it? And I had that wrapped around my hook. It's nuts, isn't it? I must be fishing a spot, like a certain spot, that people are losing rigs in. Now that is on the money, with 2 fruit and nut boilies on, 14 mil, literally just to the left of those pads. On the money. Cute little fish, let's hope not. But the boys have had nothing. Well, Jordan had that one this morning that was a little bit bigger than what I've been catching, but Liam's not even had a knock. I've just had these little nuisance fish, and Jordan's just had that one, so I think we're a little bit... not... I don't know. When you go carp fishing, you've got to expect things like this to happen. But there's always that chance that something could happen, do you know what I mean? And I think you always want the best, of course. You always want to catch a big fish, but when you go and you don't even get any bites, it's just a little bit, I don't know, it just makes you feel a little bit deflated, I guess. What a beautiful evening this is. Much more, like, I don't know, I can cope much better in this sort of weather than last night, because look at the cloud cover, it's just so much better. It's a lot cooler, not so much sun. And a fish just jumped right on my spot. But they're not getting their heads down and they're not bloody eating. It's been a dead day today. Absolutely no fish to talk about apart from, well, I mean, yeah, as I say, no fish to talk about. Absolute tadpoles. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. We're about to have a cook up, and then I'll check in with you at night before we go to bed, and hopefully it'll just be a case of fingers crossed we get woken up at night. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I just don't see it happening. I don't know why. I mean, I was so excited for this trip, as I always get for any trip. I know carp fishing is not easy. It's not meant to be easy, but you do expect when you spend 48 hours on a lake that you would get one half decent fish between 3 of you. I don't know. Well, we got the rice going here, and last night it was the gammon steaks. Tonight it's the beef steaks. Look at them. Salt and pepper with a bit of pilau rice. Jordan's got the old bacon and cheeseburgers on the go. Liam, you got bacon and cheeseburgers, haven't you?
No, minted lamb burgers.
Minted lamb burgers. Bon appetit.
Always cold.
Right, that's it. Last ditched attempt to catch a nice fish. Rods are out for the night. All 3 of us have just put our rods out. So again, I'm fishing just where that fish swirled right there. I'm just in front of those, probably about a rod length in front of those lilies and half a rod length to the left. So just, yeah, literally where that fish just made a little bit of a movement there. And then my left hand rod, I'm fishing in line with that purple bush there, but I'm also in line with this tree here, so I'm fishing about here somewhere. And we've given plenty of bait. There's plenty of bait out there, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm not touching them for the night. Those boys are sorting out their rods. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful evening. We just need a carp. And we got to be off by 11 o'clock in the morning, so I think we're just going to have a bit of a social this evening, have a few beers, and hopefully we get a run. If we don't get a run, that's the whole idea of the social. So, yeah, it's not been the best trip as of yet, but there's still time. And hopefully tonight, everything will change. Well, I am back home now. I was editing this video and realised that I didn't actually finish this video. We didn't catch anything during the night, and I was that annoyed that in the morning, I didn't film anything. We packed up early, we went home. We were just gutted, really. Like I say, the anticipation of catching a nice fish every time we go fishing, I know it doesn't always work like that, and I am learning, but you want to catch fish, you know, and we just had a hard session. It was real tough, really hot, and no fish to talk about. So, yeah, I was pretty annoyed in the morning, and I genuinely didn't think I was going to make this video, but I decided to. Like I said, I want to show you the bad times as well as the good times. Hopefully, there will be some good times to come, but thank you for watching this one, guys. Honestly, I really appreciate the views and you guys supporting the channel. So please leave a like, go down there, just press that little thumbs up button. It really helps me out. And leave a comment if you want. And yeah, until next time, see you in a bit.